In this video, you will learn how to find the vertex from an equation that is written in standard form. So standard form has ax squared plus bx plus c. The variables a, b, and c just represent numbers. In this example, we have y equals 3x squared minus 12x plus 1. So a will be the number that is being multiplied to the x squared, which is 3. So a is 3. B is with the x term. So b will be negative 12. So remember, this negative sign goes with b. And then c is going to be 1. So we have a is equal to 3, b equals to negative 12, and c is equal to 1. Now we will find the vertex by using the last example. As you recall from before, the vertex has two parts, as the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate. So right now we are just going to focus on learning how to find the x-coordinate. We find the x-coordinate using this equation, x equals negative b over 2a. So b is negative 12 and a is 3. So notice that this equation doesn't use c, and so it doesn't really matter what c is to find the x-coordinate. So let's go ahead and plug it in. So x equals to negative b. So when you see this negative sign, all it's telling you is we're going to take this b, this negative 12, and change it to positive 12. So if b is positive, you will change it to negative. If b is negative, you will change it to positive. So here, this negative 12 will become a positive 12. At the bottom, we have 2a, which means 2 multiplied with a. A is 3. So that gives you 12 over 2 multiplied with 3 is 6. 12 divided by 6 is equal to 2. And this is how you find the x-coordinate. Here you will see two more examples of how to use negative b over 2a to find the x-coordinate of the vertex. So in this first example here, a is 2 and b is 12. So we will use negative b, which means I'm going to take this positive 12, and that negative in front tells me to change the sign. So positive 12 turns into negative 12. On the bottom, 2a means 2 times the value of a. A is 2. So let's multiply. 2 multiplied with 2 is going to be 4. On the top we have a negative 12. Negative 12 divided by 4 is equal to negative 3. For the second example, a, well, we don't see a number here, so we could put a 1 here. So now you see that a is equal to negative 1 and b is equal to positive 2 from the equation. So x is equal to negative b to positive 2, and now we're going to change it to a negative 2. Negative 2 over 2 multiply with a, which is negative 1. This is equal to negative 2 divided by 2 multiplied with negative 1 is negative 2. So negative 2 divided by negative 2 is equal to positive 1. And so here are two examples of how to find the x-coordinate. In our next example, we will go ahead and find the x and the y-coordinate to be able to get the vertex. So to find the x-coordinate, we need to know what is a, which is negative 1, and b, which is negative 6. So we will use the equation negative b over 2a. So b, negative 6, we will change the sign to positive 6 on top. On the bottom, 2 times a is negative 1. So we have 6 over 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. And then 6 divided by negative 2 will give you negative 3. So we know that for the vertex, the x-coordinate is negative 3. Now to find the y-coordinate, you can use two different methods. You can either plug it into x to evaluate, or the way I want to show you is using synthetic substitution, which is pretty simple. So this x value, -3, I am going to put it out here. So this -3, and then what we're going to do is copy the coefficients of a, b, and c. So a is -1, b is -6, and c is -7. First step you do is you bring down the first number. So we're going to copy the -1. And now we multiply. -3 multiplied with -1 is +3. And then we add. -6 plus 3 is -3. And then we multiply again. -3 multiplied with -3 is +9. And then we add. -7 plus 9 is +2. And so this is our y-coordinate. And we're going to put this in here, and now we have the vertex. In this example, a is 2, b is -4, and c is +1. To find the x-coordinate of the vertex, we'll use -b over 2a. So -b, this -4 is going to change to a +4. And on the bottom, we have 2 times a, which is 2. So we have 4 on top. On the bottom, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 divided by 4 is equal to 1. And so that means for the vertex, the x-coordinate is 1. Now to find the y-coordinate, we're going to plug in the x-coordinate. So I'm going to put a 1 over here. And then all I'm going to do is copy down a, b, c. A is 2, b is -4, and c is 1. Now, first thing, drop down the 2, and then we multiply. 1 multiplied with 2 is 2. And now we add. -4 plus 2 is -2. And then we multiply again. 1 multiplied with -2 is -2. And then we add. 1 plus -2, which is the same thing as 1 minus 2, will give you -1. And so the y-coordinate is going to be -1. And so this is our vertex. And for our last example, a is going to be 1, b will be 6, and c will be -2. To find the x-coordinate, we'll use -b, which is going to take this +6 and change the sign. So this +6 will become a -6 over 2a, which means 2 multiplied with the value of a, which is 1. So we have -6 on the top, and on the bottom, 2 multiplied with 1 is +2. -6 divided by 2 will give you -3. And so the x-coordinate for the vertex will be -3. To find the y-coordinate, I'm going to take the x value and plug it in. -3. And now we copy a, b, and c. 1, 6, -2. First step, copy down the 1. Then we multiply. -3 multiplied with 1 is -3. 6 minus 3 is 3. Then we multiply. -3 multiplied with 3 is -9. And then here we have -2 minus 9, which is -11. And so the y-coordinate right here, -11. And that's your answer for the vertex.